Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Hope everything's treating you well. I was right. M got me the K-5 jig. This is a pocket hole jig from Kreg. And, man, I've wanted this for so long. I've wanted it for a very, very long time. And it's one of those tools that, if you've ever made anything with a Kreg jig, with a little one, this is the first one I've ever owned. Actually, the only one I've ever owned for the past decade or so is the Kreg Junior kit. If you've ever made anything with one of these, this guy is a simple little jig. You have to buy the clamp separately. It attaches to the clamp, and then you just simply clamp this to a board, drill a hole, you're ready to put a screw in, right? I've made so much with these two pieces, so much over the years. This came about because, well, this didn't come about. I got this because we needed furniture when we moved in here, and I couldn't afford furniture. But I could afford some construction lumber and a simple tool. And there was a lady who had a website at the time, Anna White, I think. She had a whole series of furniture that she made with just Kreg jigs. And I was like, I can make that. I just need to go buy the tool, right? And so I went to the store. I was at Lowe's. I was looking through their Kreg jigs, and I saw stuff like this, but that was like, that is so far out of my price range, I'll never be able to afford that. I picked up that little guy. I want to say the jig was like 35 bucks, and the clamp was like another 25 or something, so 60 bucks or something for that. At that time, I didn't have any of this. I mean, there was nothing in here. This bench... Actually, I think I built this bench after I built my first coffee table. I'm pretty sure this came second. This was wood that I got from my boss. This wood had been laying in his yard. It was like I think the roof trusses from a porch he tore down. And I couldn't afford to build myself a bench, so he gave me this wood and I built a bench. This used to sit over here. I had, I didn't have any saws. I had a miter saw that just sat on the floor because I didn't have a stand for it. It was like an old $80 tool sale saw, and I built tables. I built a coffee table. I built some furniture, like end tables and stuff. And I remember seeing this guy in the store and thinking, there's no way I can afford that. I'll never be able to afford that, And now here I am in a room full of tools that essentially, everybody watching paid for in one way or the other. I mean, I have stuff like this bandsaw and my compressor were given to me, but my table saw, you literally bought me my table saw. I got donations from a whole bunch of viewers to buy that. My drill press was 50 bucks. My joiner was 100 bucks. All of these clamps, all these tools, this was all stuff that was paid for with YouTube money. I got given a miter saw and a circular saw. So, buying a $120 tool is still a bit, I don't do it lightly. I would not do it lightly. But at the time that I purchased that little guy, this was so out of reach, it's unbelievable. This is the K-5, which I'm super duper excited to own. It is the thing that makes this one special. So there's like that little guy, there's actually a single little tiny pocket hole jig that you can buy. There's the K4, which is similar to this, but this has a whole bunch of extra features. And the main reason that this one is so special is because the little clamping lever is on the front of the tool. So this would, I basically will mount this somewhere, and then I can put my wood in here and pull down. There's the K4, which is smaller than this. It doesn't have the dust collection, anything like that. And it has the lever in the back, which is fine for the most part. If you're doing like a lot of what you do with pocket holes is some like butt joint type stuff like this, it wouldn't be too difficult to reach back here. But if you're doing a panel, like a big plywood panel, for instance, when I built M's desk, I had big panels set up. You'd have to try to reach around that and clamp, and that's really awkward. So the special thing about this is levers right here, bam. It also comes with these little platforms that also act as like parts trays, I guess. These go here, little dovetail slot, and this gives you a place to set your board while you're working. So this kit, I remember seeing something like this. I don't know if the K-5 was around when I bought my little Kreg Jr., but I remember seeing the big expensive Kreg kits and thinking I could never afford that. So when I got it today, all that, you know, I had a big flurry of memories about, you know, standing there in Lowe's and thinking, man, I really wish I could afford tools. And now I'm standing in a shop full of them, things that you've paid for through either watching the videos or directly. A lot of this is gifts from some of you. And it really kind of blows me away. And now I have this amazing gift from M, and we will be putting it to use as soon as I'm over this sickness. So it's not going to be anytime soon. It's not going to be this weekend. I was hoping. I'm going to give my sinuses a chance to recover before I come down here and start filling my face with dust, because I really can't risk getting sick or an infection or something else on top of this virus. So I'm excited, but yeah, I was right. M bought it for me, and I can't wait to use it. Jonathan mentioned that he has one mounted to a piece of plywood that he can hang on the wall. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, you know, whenever I get ready, I will cut a piece of plywood to mount this to, and the idea then would be I could just take it off the wall, clamp it to my workbench, and use it, and then hang it back up when I'm done. That's the plan. I'm excited. I hope you're excited for whatever you're excited for. Not necessarily for me. I mean, you can be excited for me. That'd be cool. I hope you're excited for you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is effervescent. It is an adjective meaning bubbly, upbeat, cheerful, possessing a positive attitude and joyful personality. After getting the acceptance letter from Cornell, Sabrina was positively effervescent and celebrated with a trip to Neiman Marcus. Effervescent. E-F-F-E-R-V-E-S-C-E-N-T. I don't know where I came with E-E-F, but bubbly specifically, like, isn't that like literally bubbles? Isn't that effervescence also?